Hi, I'm Greg Frost. You know, I was watching TV the other day and old Robert Wagner came on talking about reverse mortgages, and I thought, you know, Robert doesn't know the first thing about reverse mortgages, and I do. Maybe I ought to get in front of the camera and talk a little bit about them to you. Understand this. The government finally got something right when they created the reverse mortgage. It's a fantastic mortgage instrument for those people over 62 who would like to eliminate their mortgage payment via refinance, or would like to purchase and use the reverse mortgage as a purchase mortgage and also have no mortgage payment after the closing of their new home purchase. A lot of people don't know that, but you can purchase as well as refinance on a reverse mortgage. What makes a reverse mortgage so good? It allows you to put your equity to work right now and allows you to use the bulk of your equity to eliminate your mortgage payments for the rest of your life and for the rest of your spouse's life or your partner's life. All you have to be is 62 years of age and have at least 50% equity in your home. If you have more than 50% equity, there are some other things you can do with it. If you have more than 50% equity and you're 62 years or older, you can establish an annuity and you can get a check every month. If you have more than 50% equity, you can establish a credit line and you can write checks against that credit line until you've used it all up. If you have more than 50% equity, you can set up a lump sum. You can receive a lump sum check. Okay? Either of the three things that you decide to do, the net result is you get to use your equity and you don't have to make a monthly payment for the rest of your life. Now, a couple things you need to know. Both borrowers, co-borrowers, need to be 62 years or older. At 62 years of age, you need to have 50% equity. If you're older, the equity requirement goes down. So, well, for example, my uncle lived in Albuquerque, free and clear house, wanted to move to California. His big concern was moving from Albuquerque to Southern California. House prices are much higher in Southern California than they are in Albuquerque. We used the cash from the sale of his home, and I'll give you the numbers. He sold his house for $400,000. He netted out about $375,000. He went to California. I recommended him to a realtor friend of mine out there. She went and found him a very nice house for $500,000. He's 74 years old, so he only needed to put $220,000 down on the $500,000 house, and he was able to obtain a reverse mortgage and not have a mortgage payment for the rest of his life, and have over $175,000 in cash from the proceeds of his home sale in Albuquerque to put into the bank. So he's sitting in a beautiful 3-bedroom home with a swimming pool and a hot tub. It's the nicest house my uncle's ever lived in. And he has no mortgage payment, and he has over $175,000 in the bank. This worked very well for him. My brother, for example, has just turned 62, and so is his wife. He qualifies for a reverse mortgage. He's got about 65, 66% equity in his house. So he's getting a reverse mortgage for the entire amount. Half of it's being used as the principal balance of the mortgage, and the rest of it's being used as an annuity. And what I suggested my brother is borrow everything you can, set up the difference between the payoff on your existing mortgage. I think he owes $70,000 on his house. Pay that off, put the rest, the other $35,000, which is what the number was, put that in an annuity and let your mortgage send you a check every month. Set up a direct deposit into a savings account, and that annuity payment can rest in your savings account and gather, and at the time that you have to pay your property taxes or you have to pay your homeowner's insurance, you'll have cash in that savings account to do so. So your mortgage, your reverse mortgage, is not only going to pay off your existing mortgage and leave you without a mortgage payment for the rest of your life, the equity can be used to, in an annuity format, to pay your taxes and insurance every month for many, many years. It's a great way to both buy and refinance. My uncle bought, my brother refinanced. Now, there are a lot of questions on reverse mortgages. What happens to the house when we die? The same thing that happens to your house right now when you die. It's handled by your will. Well, but who gets it? Whoever you say gets it in your will. How do they get it? The will takes care of that. Now let me share this with you, and a lot of people don't know this. It's really better to have a reverse mortgage on your house than a regular mortgage on your house when you're passing the property on to your children or to whomever you're going to will it to. And the reason for this is this. With the mortgage you probably have now on your house, you've got a mortgage payment due every month. If you passed tomorrow, your kids would have to make a mortgage payment the first of next month. And if they couldn't make that mortgage payment, that loan would become delinquent. And if they couldn't make the mortgage payment for 3 months in a row, the loan would be subject to foreclosure. If you had a reverse mortgage, on the other hand, you have a 12-month stay without making any mortgage payments that your children can have to sell the house per the terms of your will, or move into the house and refinance it with a mortgage of their own before anything happens. So you've got that 12 months, which is a great amount of time for them to get together, decide what they want to do, and then effect the plan. All during that time, there's no mortgage payment due. Really, really a good mortgage. That's another thing a lot of people don't know. It's an exceptional mortgage. It's very flexible. For once, the government got things right when they created this mortgage. And if you're over 62 and you've got some equity in your house, you really ought to give us a call. Let us sit down with you. I have a loan officer in my company that only works on reverse mortgages with senior citizens. That's all she does. And Rebecca would be happy to meet with you and show you exactly what your options are today and show you how to eliminate your mortgage payment, either for refinance purposes or for downsizing and purchase purposes. But just think of this for a second. How much better would life be if you didn't have to write that big check every month? That check just goes, that check and the payment just goes away. How much better would things be? How many other fun things could you do? Or how much help could you be to your kids? Or how much help could you be to your grandkids if you didn't have to make that mortgage payment every month? There's a lot of things that you can do with that money that are much more palpable and enticing than making a mortgage payment. You like to travel? You'd have money to travel. You like to help the kids, with college, with high school, with private school? You've got the money to help them. You want to help your kids? A little stipend on a monthly basis? You've got the money to do it. You can just really become so much more flexible when you don't have that mortgage payment. And the beautiful thing is, you can never become delinquent on that loan. They can never take your house away, regardless of what the value of real estate should do. If real estate should go down, you're fine. There's no reappraisal of your property. There's no adjustment of your mortgage. You're set for the rest of your life and the life of co-borrower, your spouse or your partner. Many, many options. I can't go into all of them on this recording. I just wanted to give you enough information to interest you enough so that you would fill out the bottom of the form. Let us know who you are. Rebecca will give you a call before the end of the day, and she'll schedule a time for you to come into our office on Wyoming Boulevard and discuss the whole matter. I think you're going to be very surprised at the options that are available to you, and I think you're going to be very surprised on the economic benefits there are in the reverse mortgage, both for refinancing, which everybody talks about, but also for purchasing. So, fill out the bottom. Rebecca will give you a call, and we'll look forward to meeting you soon. Bye now.